Kendra. This is my first YouTube video. Quick little background. I just had surgery like less than a week ago. I have been couch bound, hence the couch. And honestly, I'm not wearing a bra. Probably haven't washed my face or brushed my teeth or done my hair or even showered in days. And I feel like, hey, why not make a YouTube video? It's something to do. It's something that I can do from the couch. And, why not give me something else to kind of focus on besides the horrific things that have been going on the last 3 weeks for me. It's been one life-altering disaster after another. We can get into that at a later time. I think my videos are mainly going to be about mental health awareness. I've always wanted to eventually, although I keep putting it off for whatever reason, become an advocate or a speaker for mental health awareness. I really think it's important that family members and friends and coworkers and employers really understand how important mental health is. And that it is just as important as physical health. And I feel like there's a really big stigma around mental health, even though we have so many more people advocating for it now, and it has become more in the public eye, I guess you could say. Still, a lot of people, unless you've gone through it, they just don't get it. So I guess most of everything that I'll be talking about on my videos here will be around mental health. Me, myself, I suffer from, a little background on me, depression I've had since I was a teen. I was diagnosed with my anxiety disorder when I was 20, and PTSD decided to jump in there somewhere along the way. Who knows? Could have been childhood, could have been teens, could have been whatever, because I have had one hell of a life. I mean, stuff you only see on movies. Excuse me. Just turn the heat down. It's like 100 degrees in here. It's making me cough. Sorry. And I'm sorry for the reflection in my glasses. Like I said, first video, terrible lighting, whatever. I'll figure this thing out eventually. So I guess what I wanted to start with today is anxiety. I'm going to stick with that one. And I am going to go over a couple things to say and not to say, in my experience, to people that are having anxiety or going through panic attacks. And there might be a couple things I throw into for people that are actually going through them, but for the most part, this is to help others that aren't going through it, that are, could be more supportive to the person in the situation, understand. So things not to say, I'm going to couple a few of these together. Well, I'll start with my first one. My first big no-no is just breathe. Trust me, anyone's natural reaction to anything, any bad situation, or my goodness, or even, if you just ran a mile or whatever it is, your natural reaction is to try to breathe. And in a panic attack, your heart's racing, you're shaking, you feel like you're having a heart attack, you feel like you're going to die, you feel like all this. Clearly, the first thing that we've done is try to breathe. I think that's just a natural reaction. So I've walked out of true story. I can't countless therapists' office on the first day if they ever mention anything about, have you tried to breathe, or have you tried deep breathing? Have you tried breathing exercises? Because I find that really elementary, and honestly, as long as I've been doing this, kind of insulting, because I feel like, with everything going on, what else would you do first? So, just breathe is just really annoying and kind of frustrating. So that's my number one that I can't stand. And I'm going to keep this like lighthearted and as happy as I can, because especially the last few weeks, my anxiety and depression and everything have been pretty much through the roof. And, like everyone else with anxiety and depression, we fake happiness. So I'm just going to stick with that for now. Moving on to the next couple things. I'm going to throw in, let's see, I guess calm down or chill out. same reasons as Just Breathe. Do you think that we really want to be going through this? No, we don't. If we could calm down or chill out, we would. And again, that seems very dismissive, as well as you're exaggerating. I wish I was. I wish I had the ability to just say, you know what? I want to feel absolutely miserable. I want every worst case scenario from today, yesterday, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, childhood. I want them all to roll through my head at the same time, not be able to think about anything else. I want to insist that I'm dying and feel like I'm dying. I want to think my children are dying and like something's gonna happen to my family. I want all those things to just come on in just for fun. We aren't exaggerating. Trust me. This is nothing you want to play with. I would not wish this, what I go through, on my worst enemy. So to exaggerate something that no one would want to go through is kind of doesn't make sense. And then I guess what else? Oh, it's all in your head. That's a fun one. Clearly, it's a mental health issue. So yes, it is in my head. It's in our head and it sucks and we can't make it go away. There is no mind over matter. Please don't say mind over matter. Please don't say think about something else, because once the ball gets rolling in there, I have tried. Think positive thoughts. I've tried to get my brain to go somewhere else. But what happens is anxiety just sucks you back in. And it is telling you the world is ending, pretty much. At every single thing that your friends, family, yourself, it is this horrific thing that you can't shake it. There is no shaking this. And on that note, I'm going to jump into something for people with anxiety and panic attacks. Is something I learned along the way is don't fight them. I know this sounds so hard because for a long time, that's what I tried to do. I would try to tell myself, like, this isn't happening, or you can be better, or just stop doing it. Or, I would try to like counter all the thoughts in my brain. Like, oh, I am fine, or, oh, I'm not going to die, or, oh, whatever it is that I was trying to counter in my head, the more you fight it actually adds to it. So all that fighting you're trying to do, it's like a battle in your head, and it just makes it way worse. And I know this is really hard to do, but you have to just roll with it. You have to roll through it. You have to just accept that it's a panic attack, it's happening, and let it take its course. So on the flip side, I'm going to go with things to say. My favorite thing is, and this was said to me once, and it hit me like I couldn't even tell you. I had somebody with me, and I was like curled up in the fetal position, like rocking back and forth, and just a disaster. And they just said, it'll all be over soon. That was probably the best thing that I ever heard for myself, because in that moment, I thought, and they also reinforced some of these things with just short phrases here and there. But in that moment, I kind of thought, hey, I've been going through this for 20 years. I've had a million of these, literally. And every time I came out okay after. So to me, that showed that they understood that this was happening to me and that it was real to me. And I felt like the compassion and the understanding, and that somebody believed me. So that was comforting. And then on top of it, I just felt like, okay, you're right. Like, let's just kind of roll through this. Let's just accept that it's a panic attack, and, it will eventually end. It may take a couple minutes. It may take a couple hours. Again, it may take a day, the whole day. But it will be over. So that was a good one. Also having somebody with me, for them to say that, I'm here if you need me. but they give me space is good, because I cannot stand to be around people when I'm having panic attacks. I feel like one time at the grocery store, I felt like I had a massive panic attack, and I'm in the checkout line, and I am just like shaking and convulsing, and I'm on the verge of tears, and I just feel like, people are obviously judging, or, they're looking at me, or they think something's wrong, or maybe they think I'm on drugs, or, like the paranoia part of anxiety kicks in, and it's, again, makes it worse. But I don't like to be alone, because I feel like I'm going to die. I need an ambulance called. I'm having a heart attack. I need to go to the loony bin because I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm literally going crazy. So I want to have a person there or with me in case 911 needs to be called. Yeah, so I think, allowing just having a person there in case you decide that you do need something. It's probably not to go to the emergency room in all reality, but trust me, I've done it, and don't be ashamed if you have to. But that person just being there and offering their help should you need it is nice. And then also maybe wanting to talk. Some people, including myself sometimes, like I said earlier, though, I do get a stutter a lot of times, and I get really embarrassed, and then I don't want to talk because I can't collect all my thoughts, and put them all together in my head and get them out the way I want to verbally. So I choose not to speak. But sometimes if I do get engaged in a conversation, and this cannot be anything serious, nothing stressful, nothing with decision making, because that's impossible when you're having a panic attack. So nothing real, but just something I don't know, very generalized to kind of talk about. Sometimes if you get into another conversation and you're able to hold that, it does pull away from the anxiety a little bit, because you are directing your attention towards this other conversation. And then a lot of times it takes the edge off and maybe brings you down a little bit, maybe not take it away completely, but it brings you down a little bit, and that's helpful. And then the next thing I would say is for someone to tell you that you're safe, that you're not in danger. There's no immediate danger. There's no immediate threat. You are safe. And a lot of people do this by grounding. I've tried it. It doesn't really work for me. But they say, to use your five senses. So, for me, I'm sitting on the couch here. So you want to touch, I would say, I'm rubbing my couch right now. So I'm touching my couch. This is my couch. And really focus on the fact that, okay, this is my couch. I'm at home. I'm touching my couch. Kind of keeps you in a reality. Or, if you want to smell something, and just really focus on that smell, and just say, oh, this smells like lavender, and just really focus on the way that the lavender smells. So a lot of people like to do grounding using their five senses, because it does pull you back into, for some people, a reality. So that goes into, I think, when people say that you're safe and you're not in immediate danger, a good thing that somebody could offer to you is to try to, maybe you want to try to do a little grounding. And that does help people. So I think, everybody's different. Everybody definitely goes through a lot of things. I listed off some of the things that I go through when I'm having panic attacks. That's definitely the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's symptoms vary. My symptoms vary. I'm sure there's probably another, I don't know how many symptoms I get that I didn't mention yet. But I just wanted to, start this off by, because my anxiety's been so bad lately. I just wanted to touch on the fact that, there are things for your support system, or if you are a supporter of somebody with a mental health issue, that are more triggering when you say them, and can really make matters worse and make the situation worse and make the person more uncomfortable. But there are also things that you can say or do that shows that you believe them. Even if you don't think it's real, you have to understand that it's real to the person going through it, and that you understand to an extent. You understand that this is a reality for them. Maybe it's not something that you've gone through or experienced yourself, but understand that it is something that some people go through. and it's a reality. So I guess I'm going to end that there. I know this was kind of long because it was my first one. So I'm going to get going. But since I have nothing to do in surgery and everything, I'll make sure to make another one tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to keep this based on mental health and surrounded on mental health issues, and more specifically my experiences and things that I've learned along the way. I've read a million books on it over the course of my life. I've read a million articles. I've read everything from like the neurological workings of it to like self-help type books. I've read everything in between. And like I said, yeah, like art, anything I can get my hands on. If people told me, excuse me again, to stand on my head in a headstand upside down, drink purple Kool-Aid and say the alphabet backwards, I've tried it to get rid of my anxiety. I promise you, I have tried everything through the ringer. So I've been going through this a long time. I think I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of things to offer for both people with anxiety and depression and PTSD. And also I really, my goal is to have others understand as well, like have the support team or the people that, you know, haven't gone through it, or the people that have loved ones in their life with mental health issues, really become more compassionate and, you know, empathetic, or, you know, just willing to take the time to understand. So I'm going to sign off for now. It was a great chat, and I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully not in such a hot mess thing, but I can't guarantee that because it is what it is. Like I said, I'm still in recovery from surgery. So, but talk soon.